T-Man 978 Chill Review. Hello everyone, T-Man 978 reviewing Fans Toys Iron Dibots FT-04T, which stands for Toy Version Scoria. In fact, I'm not even saying the name Scoria anywhere on the front or side, but take my word for it. Here is the bio if you want to read that. There you go. Box is plain as hell. I don't like the oddly orange box. The instruction manual was red, and I was just thinking, if they wanted to be toy accurate, they should have made the packaging red and black or something. But they did make this red. It also comes with this collector's card right here. Credit card material filling. And here are the tech specs right there. And another look at the bio right there. Why is this guy considered the toy version? Because he originally had this head on right here. The toy had a black head with a silver face and red eyes. Now this figure is on loan to me by Matt, my friend, as you can see, and that head is the same as this, just red. It's plain and simple, just like the cartoon and just like the original toy. Right here, his mouth is yelling, or maybe he's screaming in agony, I don't know. But it doesn't really look mad or anything, but there you go with that. For some reason, it also comes with these darker faces right here, which this baggie isn't open, and I'm not going to open it because I don't know its significance the darker face has. Maybe the mouth really was black in the original toy instead of silver. But I would have liked it personally if they would have included a blue visor and a red face. But I guess you have to buy the other version to get that. But I put this head on because Matt loves the toy versions of Masterpiece figures. And that's why he applied repro labels. All of them have repro labels. I mean, but these repro labels are so good that you can't really distinguish like repro label deco and actual toy deco to me. But here's this face. Like I said, same thing. One annoying thing, they put it on a little baby ball joint right there, so that's as much up and down as you're gonna get. If there's anything I don't like about this figure, they designed it trying to mimic Masterpiece Grimlock, the official Masterpiece Grimlock. So things like this happen right here. And this is a heavy figure. Besides stuff like that, this figure does feel good. Like after picking this guy up and definitely the other guys, Soar, who is, what's his name? Swoop. Supposed to be just one of the smallest. He seems to be the heaviest because his whole legs are freaking die-cast. But all this is, I thought this was die-cast, but it's feeling like plastic. I believe this is die-cast if I'm not wrong. I mean, you could look something up to figure out which is, if I'm right or not. But I know the feet definitely are die-cast, and these toes right here are die-cast. But it might be a little bit more, or it might be just that he's so much made out of solid plastic, it just feels like he's heavier, or it feels like there's more die-cast in there, but I don't know. I'm thinking that's plastic. Maybe this is the die-cast. I can't tell, but it's more die-cast in him than those feet and the dino hands. Speaking of his hands, he holds these weapons very poorly. I don't like that. They slide in with the pegs just like all the other Masterpiece figures, but you're supposed to rely on the fingers to wrap around. Meanwhile, the thumb is just chilling there. It's posable on this little ball joint. Come on. But you can't make it wrap around the sword, which is unfortunate. I saw in a review for Grindr, they finally decided to make this joint right here real so it can come out. So maybe his thumb can wrap around the weapons finally after 5 robots, but can't seem to do that here, which was a problem with Masterpiece Rodimus. So that's my major problem with third party, or was my major problem with third parties when they first started making them. They tried to stay in line with Hasbro and Takara too much. But other than that, it's pretty much good. He holds the gun with the same grip. Both of them have a light up feature. I do not have batteries to show that off, but here's this gun looking like a spaceship. Here's this sword. Make sure I show that off good. This is what you're working with from the side and the back. The tail is up in there, so he does have kind of a major backpack. But you know, you always had this dino head hanging off. Articulation, I showed the head already. The arms can go out that far at the shoulder. So yeah, using old technology or using existing design aesthetics, I mean. Bicep swivel. Elbow bends that much, maybe that's a little bit more than 90 degrees. Here's a waist joint that can go fully around. Hips can kick all the way up and kick all the way back. Go all the way out to the side. They're heavy. That's part of the transformation, so that sucks. Not to mention that this toy is second, maybe third hand, so I like this though. The knee definitely bends more than 90 degrees. The toe can go up. That moves independent. I like that. Come down. And a little bit of pivot. So he is definitely posable. And overall, I still like him. Even though I'm sitting here sounding like I'm complaining a lot. Here he is next to Ratchet and Ironhide. I mean, what am I talking about? Ratchet and Wheeljack. Here's Optimus Prime. And here is Grimlock. As you can see here, they went for a bigger scale when they decided to make these. They wanted him to be more in scale with Optimus Prime, which they didn't do with Grimlock because Grimlock came out before they were trying to make everybody in scale with each other. So, will Hasbro make a new Masterpiece Grimlock? Only time will tell. Or should I say, Takara tell me at this point, because Hasbro just pretty much gave up on Masterpiece. Or to be specific before somebody calls me out in the comments, Masterpiece is a Takara Tomy thing that they license out to Hasbro. Since Fans Toys wasn't competing directly with Hasbro and Takara Tomy at first, they included these foot lifts for Grimlock. Because I guess they never planned on making their own Grimlock. Could be making that up, but basically you take this and you groove it into his foot. Do the same thing on both sides, nice and easy. This is kind of loose, but like I said, I don't know if it's always been loose, but now Grimlock has a little bit more height. Let's bring Scoria back out here. See how they compare now. And he's still shorter than Scoria. So when they were designing those lifts, I know they didn't want to make him look super unnatural, but I think they should have put a little bit more height onto that. Those things do have more functionality in dinosaur mode, so I'm going to show them off later. Transformation, for the most part, is crazy simple. You bring down this fake dinosaur jaw, and they put some ripple labels down there. Bring this down right here. Tuck his head in. Shut the head up in there. Actually, leave that down. Go ahead and bring this jaw, real dinosaur jaw, down. And we could leave it like that for now. Put the thumb down, fold the fingers into a fist. Lift this panel open right here. Rotate the hands in there. Do the same thing on the other side. Because the hands can rotate down to compensate for the handle of the sword, you might have to push the dino foot up like that and make sure that that stays shut. Now the legs. untab that, swing this dinosaur leg out like this, rotate it here, go ahead and bring that back down and into place. Put this up in there like that, bring the hips down, rotate this one around, and basically duplicate everything over here on this side. Or actually, I was gonna skip it, but I didn't show this. You're supposed to lift this out because this bumps into this panel right here, and swing the dino leg out. Put that back, push that up there like that. Now we can rotate this around, shut that, rotate this around, shut this and try to clamp that together. Okay. Now this dinosaur foot, open that up, shut that together. Same thing on this side, bring that down. The back, lift this up, rotate the tail all the way out. Now there's a double hinge up here. Make this straight over here. Actually, at this point, we can bring this down and the tab here. I kind of feel like I wish that would tab a little bit better, but once you shut this, you shouldn't have a problem. But this has to open up. The feet needs to come through there. Tab all that together. Bring the butt down or tail down. T-tab into here. Come on. Or maybe it doesn't tab as tight as one would think it should. But basically, peg everything in there till you get it right. Bring the arms down. And now bring this down, and you're supposed to move these from being this way to moving them out that way, but you can position them however you want. But basically, he's in dino mode. He looks very reminiscent of what you remember from the cartoon and what you remember from the toy. The head is glossy. This isn't staying pegged as well as I want. I'm going to mention that. This is painted. It's not repro labels. A lot of this is just the regular paint, which is cool. Like right here, right there. I wish it didn't have the repro labels on there, so I wouldn't have to try to attempt to point this stuff out to you. Because some of the stuff I don't know what is repro labels and what's not, like that gold coloring right there. Not sure if that's repro labels or actually painted. But people complain that he looks like a potato, but I don't care about that. He looks good to me. The tail wiggles here. It can go up since it's not pegging in there, and I don't see anywhere for it to peg. The legs are on a hinge that can go like this. You hear it or you see it twisting. The knee can go forward a little bit and go back. It has rotation right there because this is basically the arm joint. Bend like that. Can't bend back, and it can go out like that. The head can twist and rotate and contort. Go up and down a little bit. And the mouth can open. And it has like a flamethrower right there. Now, you can see it's all chromed up out there, but this jaw can actually move back and move forward. So I like to sit it at least there. But it's a good looking dinosaur to me. I like it. And it's definitely heavy. You could beat somebody over the head with this. Here's Ratchet and Wheeljack again in this mode. Am I transforming them? No. Voyager class size Optimus versus full size Optimus. And here he is with Grimlock. Is that a good size for you? Let me show him from this angle. Is that good for you? I don't know. But you know they are coming out with Grinder. That's a lot bigger than this. Last thing to show off is how these platforms combine with his dinosaur mode. Put these together. Stretch these out. And full disclosure, this one was loose as crap and wouldn't stay out. But I unscrewed it. There's 2 screws there. Put a piece of paper towel on there. And now it's staying. So I guess that'll work until it stops working. Grab these little black bits, pull them out, push them together, take Grimlock, just snap this in his back, and now he has cannons on his back. He's a dino with cannons on his back. This is the Hasbro re-release Grimlock. The gray doesn't 100% match. This gray is a little bit lighter. I think that was a change in this re-release. I'm not sure. But it is slightly different. Is it different enough to care? I don't know. For you to care. I don't know. But there you go with that. Final verdict on Scoria. Like I said, I would probably get the one that's more cartoon accurately colored as far as the face. Some of my gripes are probably because this isn't brand new, fresh out the box. Like I said, it's pegging in together good enough. This toe right here is kind of wibbly. Don't like that, but it is made out of die-cast, so I don't know if that's a common thing. I'd imagine it being common over time, but you do have to make sure you push it up into place, so maybe that's my bad. But it's definitely a good figure. Is it worth close to $200? I don't know. That's up to you. I'm not sure how much this thing costs. I didn't research it recently. But it is a nice Dinobot option, since Takara Tomy is dragging their feet on releasing more of these. I do want to mention that this bottom lip is silver while all of this is gold. So just want to make sure I cover everything. I didn't mean to sound too critical if I did, but I definitely wanted to cover everything that may be a problem. But I do like it. And I would definitely put it in my collection if I was balling a little bit more. But anyway, if you like this video, definitely let me know by clicking the like button. Sharing would be great. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. T-Man978 out of here. Click on any of the videos and stuff that's popping up. If you can't do that, I have links in the description. Now I'm really out of here. Peace.